presented by EA Sports in association with the PGA Tour. Frank, a tranquil and beautiful setting with the Santa Rosa Mountains in the background, those crystal clear blue skies, but it can get pretty testy out on the golf course, can't it?
If you get any sort of wind out there, Rich, the sky might be beautiful and blue today, but that wind, once especially the cross breeze, then this course has teeth.
Teeing off to start the round here at PGA West. This first hole is a 445-yard par 4. Frank, walk us through the first tee shot.
Only the longest hitters won't hit driver down here, Rich. 3 wood at that bunker if you are really, really long. Otherwise, sort of try and squeeze that driver down the left side. Shorten this hole up a little bit because it plays every inch of that 450 yards.
They'll pay a little bit of a price for missing the fairway here because from that rough, you cannot control the spin on the golf ball. Well, this one is offline just a bit. Look out. That one is going to end up in the rough.
Oh, and it gets a good kick. It's only in the first cut. Not too bad.
Frank, I like the way he sort of starts his swing a little bit on the outside and then drops it right on plane. Good thing he stayed in the first cut because just a couple of feet over, that rough is really deep. On the green, and a chance for birdie here on the first hole. Shot now from the rough. Frank, what's he facing?
Well, the lie first and foremost. If it's sitting down, then obviously you're not going to get a very good contact. Nothing wrong with coming up a little bit short of the green. Problem is turning one mistake into another.
That's a disappointment right there, Frank.
Yeah, green light special, really. Come up considerably short.
And setting up here in the rough. Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
Do that. Getting set now over the putt. And so just getting started, even par so far. Frank, the second hole is only 371 yards. What's the challenge here?
The bunkering. This is really well bunkered. You'd expect that for a hole this short. If it's well bunkered, it means that it's vital to get it on the fairway.
Just a good solid tee shot right there, about 280 yards. That's a bit offline in the rough.
Frank did the prudent thing there, didn't he?
Yeah, In the end, really, you could have turned that into a disaster. Instead, actually a good chance, really, to perhaps get away with par.
That should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Just an incredible shot. That is a very makeable putt after a great approach. Well played. Now getting ready for the approach shot here at hole number 2. In the thick stuff.
Thick, it's brutal out there.
This requires a lot of speed through the ball. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Just a shade over par, +1. Makeable putt right here, currently sitting at 1 under for the round. Good score going, now at 2 under par. Frank, 100 yards longer than the second hole. The third, 471 yards. What do you think of this hole?
This is totally different to the previous hole. Driver should come out of the bag here, and if you can take that first bunker out of play, which is around that 285, 290 yard mark, you can start to shorten this hole up a little bit. And, well, the longest hitters, they still might even get a short iron in hand. Errant tee shot here, Rich, but going to have to muscle this one out of the rough.
This one is definitely heading left. Looks like it is going to end up in the rough. This, the second shot here at the par 4.
Good recovery shot. Couldn't make the green, but at least he's back in play.
Played the smart shot right there.
Second shot. Now, this is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. And it looks like it's in the rough there, Frank.
It might not be as bad as it looks.
Frank, what's the best way to get at this hole location here at number 3?
If there's a desired shot pattern, it's a little draw off the tee and a little draw in. And the reason why, if you look at the shape of that green, it's on a 45-degree angle to the left. So it really does suit a shot coming in from the right.
Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Well, that was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
No, sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. +1 in the early going. Just a couple of feet. Now at 1 under for the round. Now at the 4th, par 3, and Frank, what's the key here?
Somehow find some green grass. The name Sandpit pretty much tells you what is around the green.
Not terrible, but not his best.
Outside chance, really, for birdie, but really, it was a rather poor approach shot. There's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
This is a pretty long putt here. You'd be happy to get this to within 2 or 3 feet. You really want to take the stress out of that next putt. Well, that's not the way you wanted to start out the backside here.
Yeah, you can't afford from inside 10 feet. You feel like you have to make those, and I mean, they really sting when they miss.
Now 2 to the good side. So they'll tap in. Did the job right there. Well, here we are at the first par 5 of the day, the fifth, 535 yards. Frank, break it down.
It's called double trouble. Reason why, there's the lake on the tee shot on the left side, and then he's reversed it up there on the second shot. He put the lake on the right. Hazard?
Maybe wet. Never a pleasant moment, the drop after you've gone into the water, but here we are. Now on to his third shot after the last one went into the water. Well, he pays a price for that.
Yeah, when you don't see the top of the ball in the rough, you know it's not sitting pretty. You're going to need a bit of force to extract one out of there.
Good scoring opportunity. Third shot here at the par 5.
This has to go in the hazard.
Needs to get up or it's... Thank goodness, Frank, back on dry land here.
As long as this one avoids it.
Not what you wanted to hear, but this is the 5th shot after the ball went into the water. Into the thick stuff, that's a difficult lie. Ball sitting down here in the rough, he's digging in. Putting all of his talents on display here from the rough, and he knocks it really close. Beautiful shot. Not quite what he wanted. 5th shot for Brandt Snedeker. This is a cross-country special. Right off the edge.
Just a fraction softer, then it might have just turned in.
Drops it, and he's at even par. This would give him the double. Running a little hot right now. Cool down just a little bit. Well, Frank, how about this 255-yard par 3 6th?
Yeah, there's a bit of a bailout area, sort of short and left, but the only thing really going in the player's favour, it is a big green, 51 yards in depth. So if you want to sort of do the maths in reverse, 255, take away 50, 205 front, it doesn't sound as daunting.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. Not looking good, Frank.
No, I think it's wet.
Good news is, was able to retrieve the golf ball.
Yeah, on dry land, and can he carry it this time, though?
Third shot now, after the last one found the deep blue.
Well, you can still minimize the damage here. It's only one bad shot that you got punished for.
Frank, this is a cross-country putt. He'll have a go at it, though, for birdie. We'll see.
There's no backing down here. This is going to go up and down and all over the place, but a chance to go in.
Pretty good stroke right there. Just hit it through the break.
Well, it's that sort of distance. If it goes in, it's a bonus.
Locked in on the read and the speed. Wow, he got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law. Even par, currently.
And that's in for a par. Just a tap in to finish the hole. So, 2 over par for the round. Frank, if you want to play this game at the highest level, and no doubt our players do, you have to sort of be tactical. Will you break down shots or break down a hole? How would you break down this hole in a very smart way?
Yeah, I know what you're getting at there. A lot of people would think 350 yards, you could bash a driver down there and you'd finish up in trouble. Well, the way to be aggressive on a strategic hole is to just put the first one in play in a position where you can attack with the second. And there's no shame in that. You can still walk off here more days than often than not with a 3.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths. Just in the first cut of rough, not a bad lie. The only issue is he might get a jumper here. Grant hovering over a birdie putt. Makes it and moves to 1 over. These putts keep the round together. One under on the day. Now the second par 5 on this opening 9 here at PGA West. Frank, what are we looking at?
The bunker down the right side gives you that optical illusion because it sort of has that curvy edge to it, plus it sort of moves its way to that right side, and then you notice there's a bunker on the left that sneaks in on the left side. So this isn't just sort of blaze away off the tee. It still requires a good straight tee shot. If you do err a little bit, then you've got to be very cognizant of the bunkers up on the left side as you get closer to the green.
And from the fairway for his second shot here.
Gets a good kick. It's only in the first cut.
Not too
That's
bad.
not too bad.
Frank, I like the way he sort of starts his swing a little bit on the outside and then drops it right on plane. Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. Frank did the prudent thing there, didn't he?
Yeah, in the end, really, you could have turned that into a disaster instead. I'd see a good chance, really, to perhaps get away with par.
Frank, this ball's in the rough. Anything you change in your technique when a ball's sitting down a little bit?
Yeah, you put the ball back a little bit further in your stance because you're going to get a bit of grass between the ball and the club face. So you have to allow for that and keep that club moving. That grass is going to be that grass is going to create a certain amount of resistance.
Oh no! Look out, Frank! I think he flushed that one.
Oh, this is gone.
Frank, he has to be scratching his head as he reaches for a sand wedge or a gap wedge for his next shot.
Well, you know the FedEx Cup, Rich. I mean, you're meant to get there by 10:30 tomorrow. That thing's still going.
Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Good work there. Now to even par. And this will be a 5-foot putt here. This would give him a bogey. So with that, the score is now at even par. Frank, as we arrive here at the par 4 ninth, 452 yards, I hear players like you often say, I'm going to take it on. What do you mean by that, and how does it apply to this particular tee shot?
Well, you have options, obviously. One is to hit it down that right side, which is your best shot. The easy way is obviously to bail it out down the left side, but then you're almost giving into the hole, like you're accepting you're going to make bogey if you're lucky. So in the end, you're forced to go back to option A, which is actually to challenge the best shot you have, which is down the right side.
This one doesn't look good.
There's water over there.
And the tee shot ends up in the bunker. Player really needs to be dialed in here. This approach shot is not easy by any stretch here at the ninth. He's going to have to find something, Frank, other than the rough.
Yeah, there's hitting it right and there's hitting it left, but when you've got to go out of both barrels, the game becomes hard.
Frank, just a slight miss off the tee. He's in the fairway bunker.
Yeah, just really got to pick the right club once again. Sometimes you take a little bit more club out of the fairway bunker, choke down.
His second shot. Chance to close out the front side here with a birdie. He'll need to be strong with this. Well, as an old baseball announcer once said, going,
Gone.
goodbye.
It's that sneaky distance.
Came to the putt excited to make birdie. Now, settle for par.
Yeah, a little change in the attitude right now. When you've let one go, you've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important that this one goes in.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. One over for the day. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Still even par for the day. Rich Lerner with Frank Nobilo for EA Sports. We're at the Career Builder Challenge, early season action. Hole number 10 as we get going on the backside. And Frank, if you're hitting it low and left or you're hitting it high and right, you can make some big numbers out here. A lot of water.
Well, you certainly can, especially for those people that have to tee off on the 10th, their first tee shot of the day. somehow sneak it down the left side. 300 yards to get past all those bunkers down the right. I don't know if you want to do that with a cold start. But the further that you can get down this hole, obviously that second shot becomes a little shorter, and you'd like to go in with a short club here. There's a wall, like, I don't know, like the Great Wall of China down that left side of this green. I'm loving that balance.
Second shot now on the way for Brandt Snedeker. A little shaky behind the wheel today, Frank.
Shaky? Maybe put both hands on it?
Not enough on that one.
Yeah, it just seemed to baby it.
Frank, again, this would appear to be a pretty good scoring opportunity.
This is so much about getting the distance right here. Bunkers on the left, there's the water to carry, that's needless to say, but also the mounding that's just behind the screen and to the right. It's very easy to just take the trouble out of play in the front and then find the trouble behind the screen. So second shot, judging the distance, imperative here.
This one measures out to 15 feet. Oh my goodness, Frank, that is painful.
Oh yeah, you'd rather miss the hole at times, wouldn't you?
One of the game's better putters, Brandt Snedeker, is set. Those keep the round going, those par putts. Did the job right there. Well, we've arrived at our third par 5 of the day here at PGA West. It is the 11th. It is nicknamed, appropriately, Eternity. 617 yards. Wow, that is a monster drive down there, about 315 yards.
Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Long drive, but a bad lie.
Wicked.
Second shot coming out of the rough here.
Good recovery shot. Couldn't make the green, but at least he's back in play.
Played the smart shot right there. Second from an excellent lie.
Hazard?
Maybe wet. Good news is, was able to retrieve the golf ball.
Yeah, on dry land, and can he carry it this time, though?
Playing his fourth shot after the third was wet. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. Frank, this one looks like it might have a postage stamp on it. Airmail City.
Yeah, lick it. Send it.
Either misjudged the win or simply just pulled the wrong club, Frank.
Gonna take some skill now. Inexcusable.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. So, 2 over par for the round. This for birdie. So with a make, moves to even par. To the par 4 12th here at PGA West, short at 363 yards. Missed that one, and it is going towards the rough. Into the thick stuff, that's a difficult lie.
Oh, that's fine.
Excellent drive right there, Frank.
Circa 310.
Frank, the Skins game was played at PGA West, the stadium course, many years ago. 1987, Lee Trevino did something that really stood out. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, to make a hole-in-one anywhere is obviously something to be remembered. But when you do it on TV, national TV, and on a hole like 17, Alcatraz, all the way across the water, everybody complained about how hard the golf course was, and Trevino gives it that little bang, little cut, bang, in it goes, one. Trevino could play any golf course, no matter how hard it was.
It was a one that was worth 175,000, $175,000. That won him the carryover skin in the Skins game. Long putt here. This will require a good touch. And that one lands in the first cut, Frank.
Interesting choice coming ahead here. It'll be interesting to see how he reads this lie. Remember, out of the rough. Expect the ball to jump forward a little bit.
Well, certainly playable from here. Ball is in the first cut. Not too bad. Shouldn't be a problem here. Rolls in the par putt, stays at +2.
Even par currently.
So he has that for bogey. I can't help but think that the double bogey back on the 11th hole seems to have shaken his confidence. Now at the par 3 13th, and Frank, in some ways, this is vintage Pete Dye, isn't it?
It is. His use of wooden bulkheads, plus the fact that he gives you that diminishing line. The further you go back into this green, you realize it's a larger carry.
NASA, we have a splashdown. So this will be the third shot after taking the drop with the ball going in the water. You can see a little bit off balance on the tee, and that one is going to be in the rough. Pretty good result right there, considering...
It looked rough all the way.
Exactly.
Rich, really did. And this one just seems to be moving a little left in the air.
Not too bad. This one just requires a little bit of focus. All right, good putt.
The rhythm of that stroke. Didn't try and bash it in the back.
So begins the climb back. Now another short par 4. It's only 389 yards. But Frank, where could a player go off course, so to speak, at this 14th?
Well, this is a hole where you have to play your own game. If you're a longer hitter, I think you can challenge that bunker and knock it over there. And if you're shorter player, you should be only looking at that left side. You're always going to feel like you've left something out there on a hole like this. You always think you could have done the other option. But this is where you've got to stick to what you think is your game plan. Now, this is not heading in the right direction.
Well, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. Second shot coming out of the rough here.
This is way left going left.
And that one's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot. Maybe get away here with par.
Moving into this second shot here at hole number 14.
Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. He'll need to be strong with this. Snedeker has that unusual pop stroke, but it is very effective. Let's see how he does here with this putt. Drops it, and he's at even par. In for birdie. Frank, if a player needs to make a big move at the close of the round, how could they get at this whole location and make a birdie? They call this turning home.
I think that's where you have to be a little more aggressive off the tee shot. A drive of 280 yards can certainly take those two bunkers down the left out of play. There is one in the distance down there, 350 yards, so even the longest hitters can still hit driver down there. You imagine pumping one down there sort of 340 yards. Now you turn a long hole into a drive and wedge. That's how you get aggressive.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
That is an excellent play right there. The approach, giving him another good look. Frank, the 15th is called turning home. time now to turn on the jets, and a good chance.
Yeah, after a good drive, once again, height's going to be rewarded here with the second shot. See the way that green is protected by the bunkers. So if you can come in here really high, get that to land soft, there's a lot of flags on this green that you can go at.
Getting set now over the putt. In the hole, and that'll bring the score to 1 under. Not a gimme, but well within his range. He's made it. Par 5 16th is a slight dogleg left at 600 yards. Just a good solid tee shot right there, about 280 yards. Second from an excellent lie. Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Good lie in the fairway. Good chance to make something happen here. Really some strong winds out there today, and we can already see the effects on some of these shots. Now the third shot for Snedeker. Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Superb shot.
Well, it's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
Third shot, looking for a good one.
Really? This is an awkward length.
That had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Solid effort and reasonable result to stay at 1 over par. Makeable putt right here, currently sitting at 1 under for the round. Just like that, now at 2 under. Well, Frank, the most famous island green obviously is TPC Sawgrass, Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida, Pete Dye's creation. People forget this is also an island green here in the California desert.
And it's called Alcatraz, and I've never heard of anyone trying to break into Alcatraz.
That's well played. Now a good look at birdie.
Oh, this is heading in the wrong direction.
Uh-oh. Might need some wings just to clear this hazard.
That water is looking rather intimidating.
Now on to his third shot after the last one went into the water. This would be nice. A birdie on the card. See if he can make it. just singes the edge, Frank.
Yeah, but at least he's burning the edges. You know you're hitting good putts.
Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Frank, we hear the sports psychologists who often say, put the mistake behind you, live in the moment. Easier said than done.
It is, male, female, it doesn't, it certainly affects everybody that plays this game, and somehow you've got to play, you've heard the old cliche, one shot at a time, but this is why it's so important, because if anything from the past creeps in, it really does affect on what you do after that.
Nothing to argue about there, right in the fairway. And here it is, the final approach shot of the day.
Common thread here, rough, rough, rough.
Long way again. Frank, way offline all day long.
Yeah, this is a head scratcher, really. I've seen him play before. Normally much better than this. This is abnormal, that's for sure. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. That is classy.
No chance of going in.
Frank, anything you do differently from the rough in terms of your swing? Do you hinge the club a little bit more quickly?
No, normally put the ball just a little bit further back in your stance because you want the club to be going down. Down, it's got to go down through the grass, through the ball.
Set to go. Not an easy shot by any means. That's how the best in the world play it, Frank.
Well, I'd say a little lucky that it went in, but it was always going to be close.
And this will be a 5-foot putt here. Not his best, but not bad. 73 for the day. Frank, what a day of golf out there. This is really an exciting golf course.
It is. It's so nice to see it back on the PGA Tour rotation. Great golf courses deserve to be seen, and more importantly, they deserve to be played.